Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And today I got the microphone right in my face here. It's kind of on the camera. Tell me if it bothers you guys out there to see the little microphone here. But I'm going to try this out and see if it has a little bit better sound. It's an expensive mic that I just got, or I've had it for a little while, actually. I didn't just get it, but I'm going to use it a little closer and see if that gives a little bit better sound. So, I'm backed up a little bit on stories. It was a holiday here in Thailand where I live most of the year. So, I was away from the mic for a little while, literally. And I'm getting right back on deck here. So, if any of you have a story out there to tell, a breakup story or a pending breakup or an about-to-be breakup or big problems in your relationship, and you want to get my take and tell me the story that's going on, please send it to writemac.com. Or if you'd like to book a live coaching session with myself, please visit writemac.com. All right, let's get right into this story. And full disclosure, I haven't read this story all the way through. I've kind of skimmed it. And that's what I told you I'm doing now because I'm getting more and more stories. I don't really have that much time. And it's nice to get a fresh take, right? This isn't something where I'm going through it and I'm going, oh, what do they want to hear? I'm just giving you a fresh take as soon as I read it. And I find that that's the best way to go about it. So, we were together a little under 6 months. We were planning on marriage, and we were very happy together. So within 6 months, you were already planning on marriage. That's quick, but up to you. He promised me a lot of things I had been dreaming about since I was a little girl, and we even started a band together. Isn't that romantic? You guys started a band together. Our bond was super strong, and we had a deep connection. In 6 months, a little under 6 months, that's pretty good. That's the honeymoon phase. The honeymoon phase, I always thought it was 2 years or under, but I've just read something recently where it's been in a study, I think by Helen Fisher, who's a prominent anthropologist, that it's 12 months, which is 1 year, to 18 months. Who knows? There's exceptions to the rules, but you are definitely in the honeymoon phase, if you know what that is. That means everything is golden in the relationship. In the time heading to our breakup, I had been struggling really bad with anxiety. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Other people tell me that. Anxiety is something you can work on. There's tons of information on the web about it. I'm not being insensitive. I'm just saying that it's not something that you are not able to work against it. Find a way. Exercise is one of the number one things that people say really helps them. I was having 2 or 3 panic attacks a day and shifted my approach on him. Wow, that's severe. That would be something you'd have to go see a professional doctor for. He seemed like he was backing off from me, so I asked him if he was okay. Well, if you had 2 or 3 panic attacks a day and he's never dealt with that, then he's absolutely going to back off. It's not personal. It's just foreign to him. He seemed like he was backing off from me, so I asked him if he was okay, and he was losing interest, and he promised me he wasn't. And he was probably spooked by the fact of the panic attacks. I was in love. I was the love of his life, and he would never be leaving me. 2 weeks later, I saw him while out to watch a play with another girl. I didn't get to talk to him till intermission, and my thoughts were racing, and anxiety was driving me crazy. Anxiety about him or the play. I tried to control myself while talking to him, but I came off a little cold. I mean, if you're together 6 months in the honeymoon phase, you shouldn't be getting anxiety when you see him. He promised me it was just a friend, and the girl he was with kept looking at me like I was crazy. Oh, so you caught him with another woman. Okay. The next morning, he told me he loved me but thinks we should take a break. Well, that means that the other woman he was with, he might have had interest in. And to give him time to think. I know I should have, but I reached out. I know I shouldn't have, but I reached out later asking if he was having any thoughts. He said he wanted to honestly be just friends, and his reasons were he's too busy, he's too immature for a relationship, he doesn't feel the same for me anymore. That's a lot of things to swallow. I'm saying that. I told him I respected his decision, but I wish we could work it out. This was both our first serious breakup. Dun dun. The next 3 days, he kept initiating contact with me. I kept it all positive and didn't mention the breakup. He was writing me very lengthy replies to things that you wouldn't think we would need much of a reply. He was giving me the same behavior he would during the height of our relationship, cutting out the I love yous and pet names. After the 3rd day, I told him I'd be contacting him. I wouldn't be contacting him for a while, and he said he understood, and he is there if I need anything. I immediately started working on myself, going to the gym, self-love, and fixing my anxiety. Good for you. That's fucking outstanding that you're working on the anxiety, realizing it's something you can work on. plus doing things I love. I would love to hear that. Lately, he has been the first one viewing all my Snapchats and liking all my close friends' pictures when they post a picture of me, but I'm not liking nor looking at his stuff. It has been about a month since I've last talked to him. I truly do love him so much. It's been a month. Well, you've been strong. Okay. I truly do love him so much. We had a connection we've never felt before, and I honestly think this breakup was irrational, but I'm not trying to see where he's coming from. But I'm trying to see where he's coming from. Are these... Okay, so she asked for 3 good questions. Are these social media things a sign? Well, I wouldn't read too much into it. He's still interested in you. He still maybe has some feelings. He still looks at you as a friend possibly. I don't know. He's still interested in you. That's absolutely true. That if you think he's into you, like he wants to get back with you, then he needs to initiate that and show that, because that's still immature to be checking your Snapchats, and you're really interested in getting back together. If he's interested, then he should initiate. Excuse me. Do we have a chance of rekindling our relationship? Good question. People ask me all this time. I don't have a magic answer to that. I don't think that you guys did anything completely wrong. You don't. The thing is, when you get out of a relationship of 6 months, you don't got layers and layers of shit. You have more good memories than bad memories. You didn't end on a bad note. So is there a better possibility? Yes. The fact that you stayed in no contact and haven't harassed him or come off weak and needy also is in your favor. So is there a better possibility than not? Probably a 50-50 chance. I mean, sometimes I can just tell people right off. I mean, it's not going to happen anytime soon. But in your particular case, yes, there is a chance. Should I just move on? I love that you use the word move on, not give up. I think you already have in some ways. If you've done a month of no contact, kudos to you. Bravo. Give yourself a pat on the back. But you should definitely not be waiting around for him, okay? So you've done everything right. You've worked on yourself. You've worked on your anxiety and continue to do the same things. He pretty much broke up with you. So it's on him to make the decision to rekindle things. Now, once he rekindles things, it's on you to accept it or not accept it in what way you want to accept it, if that makes sense. You don't want to be in a position where you're weak and needy and wanting him back, and you've done pretty well with that. It's been about a month since I last talked to him, so you've been doing really well. So if I were you, I would stay in the same lane, and if he reaches out to you, then it's at that point, it's up to you what you do with that. But for you to reach out to him at this point and try to rekindle something strongly, could it happen? Sure. Would it come off a little weak and needy? Possibly. And we also have this situation. I'm moving my eyes back up here. I saw him while out watching a play with another girl. You caught him with another girl. I didn't talk to him till intermission. My thoughts were racing. Anxiety was driving me crazy. I tried to control. He was out on a date. Accept that. I mean, if he broke up with you right after, on the flip side, at least he didn't try to lie to you directly. And the fact the girl wasn't comfortable that you kept looking over, you know what was up. So is he in a relationship with that girl? Who knows? But you got to think, are you okay with that when you were head over heels in love with the guy? I don't know. Are you going to, if you guys got back together, would you find that to be acceptable behavior? Would you be bringing that up? These are good questions to ask yourself. Right now, I would stay in no contact. I would keep working on yourself. And if he comes back, it's a bonus. And then you'll have to make the decision. And that's called being in the driver's seat, which is where you want to be. Thank you for supporting the channel. Please visit writemac.com out there if you'd like to send me your breakup story and get my take or book a live coaching session. Thank you.